Our next discussion is inside of the box.
Hi, my name is Dr. Mesut Ünsür and I have my friends.
Frank Genovese.
Christy Shrestha.
Karen Muller.
And George Dunkel.
We are here to talk about inside of the box. When I look at the inside of the box, I look at it as a human jungle, human society. Our daily activities. We are stuck in a jungle that we created and we keep going day after day. We wake up in the morning, most of us who work, who rush having breakfast, if anything, go to work, spend the day at work, come home, eat, try to get some rest, sleep. We are in a vicious cycle, and as if we are robots, as if we are conditioned to do this, so to speak. And I kind of feel our instinctive behavior dominates this inside of the box. We do things, perhaps if we were to not rush, if we were to think clearly, may not do. We may be in a competition with our friends even. We may say things otherwise we may not say. We may do things otherwise we may not do. So I would like to open this discussion to my friends to see how what they think.
Well, as you mentioned before about conditioning, we are living in a society where we have our own problems and we want to deal with them. We don't have time to think outside. Think about the higher purpose of life and think think in a different dimension. Because we are secure in our own box, like a confined area. So to think outside, we need to actually take a risk and proceed, I think.
But what do you see inside of the box? What the kind of problems that you see? Or what kind of good you may see? It doesn't have to be bad. Maybe there is some good comes from it too. I'm just curious. So in human society, in human jungle, is this something necessary? Is this something good for humankind? Can we sustain this forever? Is this something gonna dissipate? Is this something gonna go forever? That's what I am curious about.
It is definitely gonna change as the rule of the nature. It is to change, and to be confined in a place set up by human beings, I don't think it's gonna last forever. So definitely it's gonna change, and I don't think it's secure enough, because we have to be prepared for things that we don't really see.
Mm-hmm.
And to get a better form of life, we have to step outside. We have to see more. We have to search more, and not just be confined by religion or economy or bills to pay.
Mm-hmm. Sure, but before we can think of outside of the box, do we not need to analyze inside of the box? We are in it, so we may not be able to see ourselves as we should be seen, because when I look at you, I see all of you. I don't see myself. I could see my body, but it's difficult to analyze yourself. So imagine each one of us always looking outside, seeing other people, but can't say much. You can say what you like and all that, but really, I wish there was a way where you can step out of your brain, look at yourself, what you do, analyze yourself.
I think of, when you talk about inside the box, it's very clear to me that we're conditioned. We're creatures of habit. I look at us, or I call it creatures of comfort. We're comfortable in our box. And it's not comfortable to look at yourself sometimes, and how do you step outside of your comfort zone? I mean, I've heard a lot of speakers say, to improve yourself, you need to step outside of your comfort zone and really take an objective look at yourself. It's something that's
you're not used to.
You're not used to.
When you're not used to it, maybe you a little bit feel unease, scared, don't want to take that risk, uncomfortable. My friend Frank.
Well, as Socrates did many years ago, he liked to start his conversation with a definition, and as usual, I will start with a definition, at least my understanding of a definition. When I think of the term inside the box, the first thing that comes to my mind is conventionalism. It is what we do on a day in, day out basis, and we do every day. It's something that all of us are used to. It's a way of thinking, it's a way of acting, it's a way of doing. It's the day-to-day things that propel us and keep us going. When I think outside of the box, I think of all of the non-conventional stuff that we should or shouldn't be doing and that we should or shouldn't be thinking of. I believe that trying to think inside the box, of course, is important. And I think if we used what I like to think of, I call it the Bayesian analysis. Thomas Bayes, of course, with Bayes' theorem, he would always say that, what we see, feel, believe is a result of experiences on a daily basis, what was taught to us, what we read. We all have credences or beliefs. And we should be analyzing each one of these beliefs on a continual basis. And of course, the way we do that is to gather up as much information as we can and to put forth analyses how accurate our prior beliefs are. And depending upon what we did believe, we should probably modify with new evidence if there is such. And I try to live my life that way inside the box. With regards to outside of the box, I think, in my opinion, of course, it would be a theoretical one outside of the box. It is imagination, creativism, ideas that are non-conventional. And I think in part that stemmed from past experiences. So I think regardless of whether you think in or outside of the box, you need to continually upgrade your fund of knowledge with new evidence and experiences, and constantly refine your past beliefs, and that is important to me.
Yeah, is that inside of the box species, I call it myself. I kind of find things happen that we feel as a collective entity, like a herd. We follow the trend. Nobody says, no, that's not necessarily has to be. Like, look at a couple of thousand years ago, what we were wearing as a clothes. Over time, it has changed so many times. It found itself today. And depending on what culture, tradition you have, you still wear particular type of clothing. So we kind of feel inside of the box that there is a collective behavior or entity, if I may say. We just follow whatever dominating that behavior. Let it be clothing, let it be everything we do, even our belief systems that change over time based upon how things were, say, a couple of thousand years ago versus 1,000 years ago versus now. So all the human nations, cultures, belief systems that existed 10,000 years ago. They're not here now. I thought they're going to be around in another 10,000 years. But there's a lot we need to learn about ourselves. And that's what I'm saying, inside of the box. We have to learn ourselves first before we can even think outside the box.